What is estate planning? It's the act of preparing for the transfer of a person's wealth or assets after his or her death. So you think about the blueprints. Okay, the blueprint helps us build wealth. It helps us build financial freedom. And so we're thinking about, okay, we have, passive income that exceeds our savings, expenses, and taxes. We have our assets built up. We have, at some point more wealth than we can actually live on and spend. And so the idea is that our wealth is not something we just achieve, but it's something we keep and continue to grow throughout our lifespan. Okay, and so when we get to the point of, old age and passing away, we really should have assets left. Like, it shouldn't be gone and depleted. And this conflicts with the current retirement planning system, where the idea is, hopefully you die before you run out of money, but you're not going to have a lot left because you're depleting this nest egg the entire time. The idea that I build up a 401k balance and I, turn 65 and I start withdrawing off it and slowly depleting it over time really is something that's kind of outdated and something that puts us in a position where estate planning might not apply, because if there's nothing left, what am I really passing on? Right? So this is really the difference in planning that I want to talk about tonight, because the idea is we should have assets. This should not be an if, it should not be a maybe. It's you followed the blueprint and you built financial freedom and passive income. You have assets, and you do have, whether it's kids or grandkids or churches or charities or corporations or causes that you want to put money towards. This is something you should be thinking about, right? So it's the act, meaning it's actually like estate planning is an action we actually take, not just an idea, okay, of preparing for the transfer of a person's wealth. So it's your wealth and assets after your death, right? So what does this look like? So an estate is going to be anything that falls into these categories. Real property, right? So if you have a house, that's part of your estate, right? If you have business interests, that's part of your estate. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, life insurance, cash, art, digital property, family photos. These are all things that are considered part of your estate, right? Now, it's important to understand this because your estate is looked at this way by the government and by the court system. So if you don't look at your estate this way, but they do, and they're the ones making the rules and calling the shots, your beneficiaries, your heirs, your kids, your grandkids are going to have a very hard time getting any of the stuff that you thought would automatically go to them, because it's going to go through the court system. The court's going to say those photos are part of the family's estate, right? That bank account is part of the family's estate. That house is part of the family's estate. And we'll talk about what that means here tonight. Right? So here's the facts. 80% of estates do not have proper planning. That means 8 out of 10 people do not have a proper estate plan. Okay. So they don't have a plan to do one of three things or all three of these things: manage their assets, control their assets, and transfer their assets. Think about if you were building this up for your kids and grandkids to inherit, right? You have all of this wealth. You have gold and you have silver and you have real estate and private lending and life insurance and businesses, right? Who's going to manage those? And who's going to know how to manage them the way you did? If you think about it, you're right now like the CEO of your estate, the assets that you have, right? So with any company, if the CEO dies or leaves, there's going to be a new CEO. And the amount of direction and instruction and policy and information that the old CEO left for the new guy or the new gal, right? That's going to dictate how successful that company is. If you're wondering, what does Wealth Dynamics do? How can we actually help you? Number one, if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom, grab one now. You can get that down in the comments in the video. You can get the link for that. Number two, we do a free course on Fridays on personal finance. Okay, you can also get the link for the description there too. And then finally, if you have a desire to start getting help walking through these different phases toward financial freedom, book a call with my team. Go to our website, set up a call. We're able to help out and answer questions. That's how we can help you. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you turn notifications on, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.